Scarcely, barely, and hardly. Do you know how to use them? Let's find out. Oh my god, I have a match. A match? What do you mean? It's online dating, Mr. Toby. You look at pictures of people and then you swipe to tell them whether you want to be with them or not, based only on how they look. Oh, Monica, that's horrible. Yeah, well, so is being single, Mr. Toby.
Yeah. So you're telling me, Monica, that someone has seen your picture and chosen to date you?
Yeah.
But you're hardly hot though, Monica.
Oh, thank you.
No, I said it, you're hardly hot. You're hardly beautiful. You're hardly sexy.
Yeah, my body is really hard because I'm super skinny and stuff, and I'm really hot. I understand, Bruce, I'm not an idiot. Monica here is very confused. We can say hardly before an adjective to mean that something is absolutely not that adjective. Oh, Bruce, mate, I need to get back in the gym.
Oh, come on, Tobes. You're hardly fat.
Oh, yes. Bruce just told me that I'm not fat.
Oh, I'm so worried that I'm going to fail this exam.
Oh, Duke, the exam's hardly difficult.
This means that the exam is easy. So Mr. Toby, if I say something is hardly hard, I'm saying it's not hard. Yeah. If something is hardly hard, then it's not hard.
Oh my god, Mr. Toby, that is so funny.
We can also replace hardly with scarcely in all of these examples, and it doesn't change the meaning. However, remember that scarcely sounds really formal in spoken English, so if you're speaking, it's probably better to use hardly.
God, I am so nervous. What should I wear?
Monica, you wear the same thing every day.
I know, Bruce. You're trying to say that I look good no matter what I wear. Well, I know. Thanks.
Yes, exactly.
It's just that I barely ever go on dates these days, so I'm kind of out of practice. We can say barely ever, hardly ever, or scarcely ever to mean almost never. I barely ever go on dates these days. I hardly ever eat vegetables. In fact, I scarcely ever leave my bedroom. We can also say barely anyone, hardly anyone, and scarcely anyone, and these mean almost no one. On this app, barely anyone matches with me. But I think that's because they're scared of such a beautiful, strong, and independent woman.
It's not that, Monica. It's the beard.
Oh my god, Bruce, shut up. It's just my skin, okay?
And we can say barely any, hardly any, and scarcely any, and these mean almost none.
Toby.
What?
I need €5, don't I? There's hardly any beer left in the fridge, and I can't work without my beer, Toby. You know that is the one thing that I stand against in this life, all right?
Oh my god, it's my date. He's outside.
Oh, come on then, bring him up here. Let's meet him.
No, oh my god, I'm embarrassed. I don't want to show him how we live.
Monica, this is the best that we can do. Smash English barely makes enough money to pay for this place. Yes, Tobes, we need more donations, don't we?
Donations? I love donations, and that's why I need to say thank you to Numeromedus, Camilla from Brazil, Witcherek, Ismax, Alessandro, Anastasia, Makoto, Oscar, a girl from Spain, AW, wow, Grizesiek, Jordan Jordanovic, and Inyosen. These guys gave me money, and boy, I love money, and so that means that I love them. If you have passed one of your Cambridge exams thanks to my free videos, then maybe consider donating yourself. I really do appreciate it. The links, as always, will be in the comment section and the description. Thank you. Bye-bye. We can use barely, scarcely, and hardly before a verb to mean almost not.
Oh no, it is dark. I can barely see anything.
This means I can see something, but only just. I hardly make enough money to survive. This means I make enough money to survive, but only just. So Please donate, because I don't want to die. He scarcely survived the plane crash.
Oof. This means he survived, but he almost died, and oh my gosh, that's a terrible thing.
Oh my god. Okay, well, he's coming up here.
You what? You actually invited him up here? Monica, are you mad?
Monica, how's my hair? Oh my god, Mr. Toby, why do you care about your hair? For goodness sake, how's mine?
Beautiful, Monica. You look like a bearded angel.
Shut up! Well, hello, Monica. Joke! Oh my god, you totally tricked me. You said that you looked like this. Yeah, well, basically, that's an old photo. See, I used to be very sexy, but now I'm an intellectual. I'm more geek chic, if you know what I mean.
Monica's date had scarcely arrived when she realised that she had been tricked.
Duke had barely walked through the door when Monica decided to cancel the date.
Oh, I had hardly started online dating when I came to the conclusion that it wasn't for me.
Look at these three sentences. We can use barely, hardly, and scarcely with the past perfect followed by when, followed by the past simple to talk about two events that happened, one immediately after the other, in the past. I had barely stepped outside when it started raining.
I had hardly finished my lunch when we had dinner, so I wasn't hungry.
Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Toby, these sentences and this structure in particular is magical. Well, we can make it even more magical with the power of inversion. Doing this is really simple. We put hardly, scarcely, or barely at the beginning of our sentence. Then we use the auxiliary verb, and then we use the subject. Kind of like an interrogative form. So, I had barely stepped outside when it started raining becomes barely had I stepped outside when it started raining. And finally, I had hardly finished lunch when I had dinner becomes hardly had I finished lunch when I had dinner. We use inversion to add emphasis, so it's a really great structure to use when you're telling a story or when you're writing an article or a review. So then, what have we learned today?
We've learned that I'm hardly suited for the world of online dating. The guys just aren't good enough for me.
We've learned that barely anyone wants to date Monica.
No, we've learned that hardly and scarcely before an adjective mean absolutely not. We've learned that barely, hardly, and scarcely ever means almost never. We've learned that barely any, hardly any, scarcely any mean almost none. We've learned that barely anyone, hardly anyone, and scarcely anyone mean almost no one. We've learned that hardly, barely, and scarcely before a verb mean almost not or only just. And we have learned how to use barely, hardly, and scarcely in an inversion.
This has been a great video, hasn't it?
And with that, we are finished. If you liked the video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment down below. My name is Toby, and this was Smash English.